Hey there. Welcome to Behind the Scenes. Today we have the finale of the Linda Tunic. Well, it's not really the finale because I'm starting another one, but this is the finale of our first Linda Tunic sew along. And let's just say there are a lot of awesome tops. I am blown away. In fact, Wynn's blown away. He was going through your photos. He's like, I can't believe this many people made the Linda Tunic. So I am so excited for this. So we're doing show and tell. And then of course I'm going to remind you of the giveaway. We're going to go over last week. So pop in, say hi. If you've never been here before, this is Behind the Scenes. I'm Angela Wolf, and say where you're from, because we have people from all over the world joining us every Wednesday. My favorite day of the week. And I'm back in the studio. I'm so excited. I was just walking around yesterday doing video, and I'm just so excited to be here. I told Wynn, I said, I'm petting the machines. He said, what, seriously? I've been gone for so long. So I see, oh, great to see you, Wes. I haven't seen you in a while. We've got Stacy in from New Zealand, Marty, you're going to be talked about here today. We looked at your top yesterday. We had if you're in the Fashion Sewing Club, we had our members only live Q&A on Monday. And in case you missed it and you're in the club, you can always catch the replay. But Marty's top blew me away because I could have sworn it was my embroidery designs. So we are going to go through that, and then Susan's calling in. I'm calling her actually, because we're going to talk about that sleeveless version again, because that's the next top. A lot of you said you want to make now bathing suit cover ups and things like that. So Susan's going to be hopping in, and I didn't. My Facebook Messenger was not working this morning. Well, it might have been, but it was going off, so I turned it off. So if you messaged me and wanted me to call you live, send another message, and I will see it on here. So welcome, everyone. So did you catch last week's show with some of these new products that are coming out? Crazy cool, by the way. I am very excited. As you know, the Luminaire has so many features that I haven't even touched on yet with my videos, which I was taping a bunch yesterday. We've got a whole bunch more coming out this fall. But that new upgrade is sweet. Very sweet. It has a lot. There's new embroidery designs, but that couching for embroidery is super cool. So if you missed that, it was on last week's show, and I'll be showing some of that coming up anyways. So also, some of you had asked me, would I be doing more videos on the Luminaire? And yes, I am. So if there's something specific that you want to learn about that machine, I will filter it into my tutorials. All you have to do is send me a message. It could be on Facebook, wherever. If I don't reply, though, that means I didn't get it. So always make sure I reply. And if there's anything specific you want to see, I can add it to videos or a future blog. It's about teaching you about the machine, not so much me. So as long as it's a project I like, that's all that matters. There's Amy on here. So Amy, by the way, sent a photo of her Chloe. Did you name your horse Chloe the same way I spell Chloe, or my sister's dog Chloe? I didn't even pay attention to that. And hi, Kelly. Welcome to the Fashion Sewing Club, by the way. I saw you join today. So we are welcoming you personally. And she is hiding at work. So I probably shouldn't say your name out loud, right? Arnell says she did not get her Linda Tunic made, but what a better way to spend my birthday with you. Is it your birthday today, Arnell? Happy birthday. Melody's birthday was a few days ago. There was a few more birthdays. Whose birthday is this week? Because I saw all of these pop up, and I didn't get a chance to pop in and say everybody happy birthday. So happy birthday. Clovis, what am I wearing? Okay, first off, this Barbara Schiller, you are the best. She's always noticing that I'm doing something that I need help with. Like, she's the one that sent those adorable weights for my fabric. And now she noticed that I always stick my glasses in my shirt, which is a really bad habit, especially if you're on camera, because it doesn't always make the best view. Let's just go with that. So she sent me this, and I didn't see the card in there right away. So I looked at this and I was like, what is this? It's for my new cat, like a cat chain, right? No, it's for my glasses. Barbara, you're the best. So that's one thing I'm wearing, Clovis. I'm wearing the ruche tee with the twisted neckline. And this is an Italian knit. I actually have, hold on a second. I have one more top I'll show you. Keep yourself company for 30 seconds. Okie doke. I told you it wouldn't be long. So here, I loved this fabric so much, I made two tops. This top is old, like as in 5 years old. I bought a whole bolt of this fabric, but since I have an extra one, I thought I'd show you it up close. I won't cut it with my thread cutters, but this fabric, isn't this gorgeous? So it's an Italian knit. I think I bought it Elliott Berman years ago, wholesale. And wholesale was still very expensive on this. It's a thicker fabric. It has stretch, but not as stretchy as an ITY knit. So there's stretch, but not a ton. The inside obviously is plain, but it's a thicker knit. The colors are so rich. So this top, this is kind of a cute thing. I wore this on the way here. It's a tank top. So it's basically the tank top for my Rachel twin set. And then this is a top I've worn on It's So Easy before. It's basically just a cardigan. Every time I say that, I laugh though, because Dumb and Dumber is one of my favorite shows. And I'm like, no, it's a pullover. No, it's really a cardigan. So all I did, so you can see on the inside, this might give you guys some ideas for your knits. I folded in the edge and just ran a cover stitch down the outside. Same with here. So there's no stabilizer in there at all. I pressed the hem up and hemmed. I pressed this whole neck edge down, and you would have thought that would have stretched out. But what I did is I have one hook and eye here. So let me just grab my dress form. You got to see this. So I'm glad you mentioned this, Clovis, and I'll take your comment down so it doesn't cover the screen. So hold on, let me grab my dress form. Here you go. Oh, this is my next Linda that I'm making, in case you were wondering. This is, I already started it. It's not quite finished. It's white. I can't decide if I'm going to hand dye it. I can't decide if I'm going to take it apart and add embroidery yet, or if I'm going to add a whole collar or kind of leave this raw. I'm kind of iffy because I love flowy white shirts in the summer with jeans. So that means, what do I have? I'm in Michigan. I have like a month to get that finished, or a couple weeks. I'm not sure. So let me show you this as an idea for you. It's a pattern. It could be a pattern hack for the ruche tee. So look at how I cut this in. Now, you obviously would wear a top under this because it's a little bit, but because it comes down just around the bust, back is like this. There's the front. I don't know if you can see this or not, but I actually added hand beading in here. And I look like I have a couple threads, so that means I must have lost a few beads through the years. So because this goes down and then pulls under the bust, I didn't need to add any stabilizer through there. I just turned this flap under, pressed it, and did the cover stitch. The cover stitch will allow that to stretch a little bit and go back into place. Same with this area here and the hem. Isn't it cute? So Clovis, thanks for asking that. I didn't even know you were going to ask that, but I just happened to have the other shirt there, and I didn't wear it. Why? Because this guy's a little bit low for a camera, and look at how short this is. So this tells you how old this shirt is. I wore it with a high-waisted pair of black jeans years ago, and a high-waisted skirt. Now everything's a little low-waisted. I'm wearing high-waisted again, but it still was a little short. Maybe back in my 30s, I would have still be wearing that crop top, but we'll just leave it at that. All right, so let me just keep rolling here. I'm going to bring up some of your photos. We're going to call, Janet says, cute eyeglass holder, and we're going to call Susan. Can you recommend a dress form? Dee Dee wants to know. Well, you all know my friend Joe. That's where this dress form came from. Joe's in our group. You can always message him. Are you going to any of the OSQE shows, or that's Original Sewing and Quilt Expos, or Houston Quilt Fest? He always has those forms at his show. He has a new one coming out, so you might want to message him. That's my dress form, so you might like that. Susan says she loves the cardigan idea. You know, it's something that you wear all the time, because in the summer, as you know, I just got back from New Orleans, and did I say it right? It was so hot there. So you go inside and it's like an ice box. I mean, I get it. that it's super hot outside and everybody's really hot. And then they go inside. But it was so cold inside that it's cold. I have like 3 cardigans for that. Joanne. Hey, Joanne, how are you? Great to see you. Joanne was just at a quilt fest, I believe. Oh, yes, Joanne. The cover hem. So actually, I used it. The cover hem finish that she's talking about is on the Brother blog. So if you go to brothersews.com, that's how I did the cover stitch. Similar. You have a good memory. I did it on the yellow tank, but it's the same process that I did here. Turn it under, give it a good pressing, and then stitch. You just have to be careful. Don't stretch the fabric while you stitch. Okay? Some people think you got to stretch it. No, just stitch. Knits are a whole body of wax if you stretch it while you sew. Hey, thanks, guys. Oh, Arnell says she loves the way everybody has hacked the Linda tunic. I do too. So why don't we, without waiting, let me bring a couple photos up here, and then we are going to, hey, Robin, great to see you. And Sandy is back in the house. Let me bring up some of these photos because these are great. So first, I'm popping into our coveted Fashion Sewing Club. This is a private group for everyone who's in the Fashion Sewing Club. Some of you have messaged me that you want to get in this club. You just have to join. It's a minimal monthly fee, but that's how you get into this private Facebook group. But the first photo coming up is Marty. Marty, this blew us away this week, you guys. This, let me hide Joanne's comment on there. Sorry about that. This is by far one of my faves, which I have a lot of favorites, by the way. But this one just hit on Monday, and I just love this top. So she had messaged in our private group that she said she was trying to figure out where to put that fabric came with that trim. But doesn't that look like she embroidered it? I mean, that I was like, Marty, this is so cute. Did you embroider that whole top? Which she could have, yes, of course. See if I can make it a little bigger here. Yeah. Oops, a little smaller. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, absolutely fabulous. But I was taking a closer look, and the scallops, the flowers, it looks like my lace designs. That one right there across the top looks like the one that I have going down my Delilah. Hold on, I'll go get it. Hold that thought for 1 second. I've got to walk around, right? I'll be right back. Oh, I have more fabric for you too. I have more fabric to share with you guys. This one's not for the Linda tunic, but it's just for a little eye candy. So I can't forget to show you the new cork that just arrived. But check this out. Doesn't this look at the way that goes. If this was larger, doesn't it look like the back up here? Oh my gosh, it's so funny. We just have really good taste in designs. That's all I got to say, Marty. I so agree. It's very cute. So that was first. And she was worried that her neckline was falling down a little bit. I have to tell you, it looks so good. I looked at it closer. You did a great job on that. So that is one thing that we were talking about in our private group is that the neckline, if it scrunches down a little bit through here on the Linda. Well, guess what? I was watching the news this morning, and Marty, you are right on trend, because I was looking at the newscaster who had on, I think it looked just like the Linda tunic, because it's the most popular style right now, not just my Linda tunic, and her neckline was scrunching down, and I was trying to get a photo real quick, and then all you could see was me in my bathrobe taking a photo in the TV with the reflection. My sister Teresa taught me, don't send those photos. So I didn't because nobody sees what's on the TV. They just see the reflection. So we're going to leave it at that. But her top was doing the exact same thing. So I thought that was interesting. All right. So what else do we have? I've got a couple more. I've got so many that this is, let me just bring this down here 1 sec. There we go. Pam's doing some hand dyeing fabrics, which is gorgeous. But by the way, Pam, I don't know if you're back yet. How many of you went to the ASG conference last week? Yeah, that was supposed to be pretty awesome. And it looks like she was dyeing fabrics here with, let's bring this up. You can see this. That looks like heaven to me. Dyeing fabrics. I absolutely love dyeing fabrics, as you all know that. I haven't done it in a little while because I don't have the washer and dryer hooked up at my office, and I love my marriage, and so I don't do it at home. That being said, oh goodness, that white shirt's going to have to go in the dye. I just know it. I'm never going to make it. I'm never going to make it. Very cool. She was with Nick there, so she probably had a chance to see Joe as well. Let's see, I'm just scrolling down. I got to just find oh yeah, here we go. See if I can find the front. Here we go. This is Barbara's top. Here's Barbara. I love this fabric. Super cute jeans, by the way. The neckline looks great. You know what's interesting is so many of you that made these tops out of different fabrics that have prints, you did such a great job lining the prints up. Some are straight, some are a little bit on the bias, some are sideways. Whatever you guys, I have so far not seen one print that I would say, oh gosh, that was bad. Not that I would tell you, but I would. This is so cute though. I could see wearing that all winter with jeans. I could see it in the summer. Absolutely adorable. All right, I'm just going to scroll. There was a couple more in the Fashion Sewing Club, and then I'll go into our regular group. Here we go, Cynthia Goring. This is gorgeous. So again, another fabric that has trim on it, and she added slits in the side. How cute is that? I love that. The collar looks great. See how it just kind of casually opens? Some of you asked, is the collar supposed to go straight up and down? It's supposed to actually open. So it's supposed to lay open on you, just like my hands. Yeah, just don't cut my hair with my thread cutters, right? Okay, and so on her, you can see it really well in that picture. Now you can change it if you want it closed. There's the back. I love that hem. And I love that slit. Super cute. Yeah, I can see you all saying, I love that. I love that. I know, I do too. Really, really cute. Okay, let's see. There's Glenda. Okay, you got to see Glenda. I absolutely love this photo. I'm bringing this up. There's a couple more of you too that are coming up, but this, look at how cute. She's got her sewing machine. She's got her serger. She's got me over there on the computer. Awesome. And she's doing the Wolfpack symbol, which is so cute that we came up with last weekend. So the girl, that if you guys missed that, it was so cute. She said that when she used to teach young kids that they would do animals. And so this was the wolf. So I said, I better go and find out, like, this isn't a bad sign for something, right? And she said, no, I don't think it is. So hopefully it's not, and we're good. So I thought that was really cool. that was awesome. So just so you know, when I am traveling, you guys really make my day. I just have to say that. It's at night, I just kind of pop on my computer to see what you guys are working on, and it just makes me smile. This looks awesome, Peg. I love that fabric. Check it out. Fits you great. I love the short sleeve version. Very, very cute. All right. Now, I didn't get messages from anyone that said, please don't share my photo. So I hope you don't have a heart attack that I'm sharing your photo. I kind of let everybody know that. I think you guys are good. And don't worry, if you were taking a photo of yourself and it turned out like mine this morning with the bathrobe and the TV, I would not share it. Okay, love this fabric. Here's Donna. This fabric is so cute, and the neckline looks great. I love the sides. That would look great. I love the faded jeans with it. I would love black jeans with it. I would wear it with a black skirt. Super cute. There's the preview of my new pattern coming out, but that's a little secret for now. And we have a few other things. Donna had this cute dress on there, but I'm just going to focus on the Linda tunics right now. So let's go back to our other group now. Oh, here we go. Here's Donna's. This is what I was looking for. You can see Donna. Is this the back of it? Yeah, here it is hanging. Give you a close up. So she finished the yoke. Very cute. Karina, where did you find that? Is that an emoji? I gotta put my glasses on that. It sure is. Where did you find that? That's awesome. I would never put it past you because you are on your A game all the time. In case you guys have been not paying attention, for the Wolfpack shirts, Karina's the one that designed that. So give her a shout out on that because we love it. All right, let's see. A few more here. Yeah. Here it is. Here's Pam's. Now, Pam, I think this might be from the Tunic Bible. She was going to the Tunic Bible class. So I don't know if this was my pattern, but it looks the same. But I wanted to show this to you to give you an idea. Look what she did to the neckline. Is that cool or what? Pam was packing her stuff, getting ready for ASG. So she was deciding on a vote, short or long. So Pam, you're going to have to let us know what you decided. I'm just a little curious on that. Did you go short or did you go long? All right, so let's go into the other group, and I'm going to pull up a couple of the tops, and then we're going to call Susan. See if I can find that in here real quick. Oh, Diane, I just saw your message. Sent you a message about some fabric. I will look. I will have to take a look. I didn't see your message, unless you just sent it. If you sent it last week, I might have forgot, which is terrible. I think I remember that message, though. All right, so hey, here we go. I was just talking about this. There's Karina. She is making dinner, which, look at that shirt. I love that. Love it. Okay, and there I am on the counter. And if you guys are wondering why those are all there, it's because I'm putting all your names in giveaways, and we are giving away more Brother at Your Side. And for anybody internationally, we'll get a digital either membership or something like that if we draw your name. So anyways, Karina, I love that shirt, and everybody's loving it. So speaking of cooking, I was cooking last night. I know, don't freak out. I was a little bit freaking out. I have a few things I can cook. As you know, Win is the master chef, but I decided to cook a chicken. I'm pretty good at that. And I just always get screwed up. $2.90 or $3.90. So the big joke is, are we going to be waiting 8 hours for our chicken or 2 hours for our chicken? So I got it right, $3.90. But I'm telling you this as a warning, if any of you guys have those air fryers, which I love. The air fryer, I put a little broccoli in there. I learned this from my sister, Julie. A little olive oil, shake it up, put it in there. Well, Win and I switched jobs last night. I cooked the chicken, kind of, and he did the air fryer. Well, he put a lot of olive oil in there, more than I usually do. So, and I put fresh green beans in there, delicious. But because all that olive oil was in there, I lifted it up and I went to dump it onto the plates, not knowing all that olive oil was there, and it splattered. So I've got like little dark things right here. I didn't they're not going to be scarred, but it could have been really bad. So I'm just warning you guys, if you have an air fryer and you use olive oil in it, be very careful. Duh, it's just like a fryer, but I wasn't expecting it. So I thought it would be a good learning moment. I can see Christina say, was the fire department on call? Yeah, they were. Okay, you are hilarious. And Patty, great to see you. I see a whole bunch more of you rolling in. Hey, guys. So anyways, cooking is still on my forte for someday in my lifetime, just not this week, right? Okay, so Glenda, this is fantastic. Glenda posted this morning, and I have to share this. You and your husband rock. That's all I have to say. So can you see those buttons that she put on there? Now, this is in our group that this is Glenda's top, and you have to see the buttons that she has on there. These are so cute. Julie, I see you. She's in court, isn't she? I can see if I can make this bigger because these are adorable. Okay, there you go. Can you see those? She's got little flip-flops. She's got seashells. The buttons on there, super cute. And check it out. She turned hers into a dress and got another shirt for her husband. That is cool. I love it. Now, by the way, I love that plant behind you, or tree, or whatever that is. Super cool. So, Glenda, you have cracked me up because what did you say a couple weeks ago? You said that you have been sewing like crazy and your grandkids are embarrassed to death. And I just had to laugh just to myself on that because I remember when my mom used to make us clothes, all of us girls, and we'd all have matching clothes, and we would just be like, "Oh, Mom, please." And now we love it, and I love those photos. They're so cute. So this is adorable. Your grandkids are awesome, and thank you so much for sharing all these photos because absolutely adorable. So let's see if I think there was one more. There's the back. I love this fabric, by the way. I didn't even look to see, is it a cotton or is it silk? Because I am curious about that. Here we go. This is Deanna. This is beautiful. So this is what made me think of my bathing suit cover up. Absolutely love this. Absolutely love this. And she's wearing a tank under it. I'm just curious to know if it's like the tank from the Rachel, because that's super cute. Love this. And see if she said what fabric. That was her number 2. The collar, that fabric. I actually think I have a fabric very close to that. Back to Glenda. I see Glenda on here. The fabric was cotton from Hawaii. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Sandy says as a child, her sisters, they were always wearing the same clothes. Trudy wants Julie in a picture of the Linda. I guess that means I better make sure I sent that to her, huh? Yes, yes. Okay, let me just bring this down. And fine. Try not to duplicate here. Janice had a super cute top of the Delilah in the group, but I'm focusing on the Linda's space, so I'll show hers next week. So here's 2 more. Louise made these. She's first time sewing in a long time. She said she's really a quilter. So I'm saying welcome to the garment sewing, right? Welcome to the garment sewing. Very nice. You can see Robin says she's watching, but she's supposed to be making event flyers, and her daughter keeps giving her the look. No worries, Robin. We won't tell. We won't tell. Denise is on here. All right, so these are really cute. Look what she did with the stripes. I love that, and same here. They match up perfectly on her sleeves, so great job. You have passed the test. Totally passed the test. In fact, you know what? Somebody made a top in here and said they were using it as a muslin fabric, or a muslin, like, you know, one that wasn't a finished garment, and it's really cute. Here we go. Here's Debbie's. This was the one, the short sleeves and great color on her. Oh, Marty, who had the leopard print sleeve, Linda? Oh, Julie, you do have that top. Marty, thank you for reminding me. I gave the leopard one to my sister. So, Julie, the leopard sleeve, yeah, they want to see photos. Thanks for reminding me. I knew I wasn't a total slacker. Sandra was in here. Now, Sandra, I got to ask real quick. Is this, she did all these embroidery designs from my collection. I love that thread, by the way. I absolutely love it. And then she added it. I'm trying to see if this is the Linda tunic that she added it to, because that's really cool. Wes, you can have a men's version of the Linda. We can call it, we did come up with, let's see, what should we call it? Well, we just call it the men's version of the Linda. And Julie says she does have it. Yes. Very nice. Okay, so Sandra, I'm just curious if you were pattern hacking the Linda. Here's another one, Darlene. Darlene says she's adding, is which number 6, moving into the closet. Darlene has blown it away on these Linda tunics. She has made so many of these. And they're all adorable. I love these prints. Another short sleeve. And I'm going to bring this up. By the way, speaking of fabric, do you guys have anything that you would like for the next contest? It's not really a contest, the next sew along. I don't say contest because I don't want people to feel like that they can't do it because somebody's better. So it's a sew along. And then we do random drawings for whoever's in the sew along. The next one, though, is going to be a little interesting, and it's for Fashion Sewing Club members. So, not to leave anybody out, but it's not very expensive to join the club. And our live Q&As will be in there. But I can give you a hint. It's going to be using some unique fabrics, very unique, and you can kind of think of the holidays. This is not one of the unique fabrics, but this is one that I want to show you so I can get this off my lap. How many of you bought fabric from, bring it up, I wanted to show the logo. Remember when they gave us, you got it? Okay, think back at when we did the It's So Easy. We're talking about Quirk fabric, by the way. You met my friends from the Fabric Fun House. I'm just going to open this. And they said they had some really cool cork that's soft enough that I could actually sew possibly a garment out of. So check this out. Is this gorgeous or what? And it's soft. I'm thinking I have a few different ideas for this. Now, this is not for the Linda tunic. I'm going on a squirrel moment just for a second. And look at the colors on this. Isn't that neat? So I have a suede that's this color, and I'm thinking of using the Scan and Cut and cutting out areas for the sleeve, and then maybe little portions on the bottom of a skirt. And I think I have enough. I could actually make a dress. I'm just not sure if I could sit down, but it actually feels like fabric. It's very interesting. Don't show Reen. Hey, Reen. I did see Reen this week. She was at Brother at the vendor booth there because she was booking a ton of events. So if you want to see Reen this year, there's a ton of dealers that are having her, which is awesome. Is it backed with something? Oh, Lisa, you want to see the back of it? Okay, hold on. So remember, they gave you guys a discount code for the month of July. Now, July's over with, so I'm just curious to know how many of you purchased this fabric because they have a ton of colors. The back, it's just real soft back there. So that's what it's backed with. Accents for the trench. That's, I'm thinking even, but I could think of covered buttons. I could think of bound buttonholes. Oh gosh, a vest, Marty said that would be a good one. Originally, I was thinking of doing an entire skirt, but I'm not sure how that would be for a whole garment like that. But for jacket, it could be cutouts, something like that. Oh, Reen's coming to your area in October. Good job, Sandy. Oh, Denise says the blue jacket behind you. The new trench coming out? Yes. It's not for a few months, though. You'll just have to kind of like, I go by and pet it. All right, so I'm going to bring this up, and I want to call Susan before she decides to go on to lunch with Steve, right? So check this out. Here's the tank top. I love this one. Beverly, it's her first top for the Linda tunic. The collar looks awesome. I love those flowers. Flowers are such a hot trend right now. Very cute. So I had to give kudos to that. And I love the tank style. Oh, the other thing she did, which is what I'm thinking of doing on the white fabric I just showed you, she left the collar off and used a bias binding. That is definitely something that I'm thinking of doing. So thank you, Beverly, for posting this. It was inspiring, and I think I've changed my mind on my next top because of that. Here's one from Darlene, another one from Darlene. This is a contrasting fabric. Gorgeous. You know, the contrasting fabric is so cute. It almost looks like it's pieced together, and it's so flattering. I can see Arnell says, make one of Reen's purses to go with your top or dress. I agree. Oh, Susan, you're not going anywhere. Steve's mowing the lawn. All right, good, good. Cork buttons. I agree. Cork buttons. Yvette says she loves your top too. Debbie wants to try the bias. That's going to have to be something, and I'll do a quick video of it in our Fashion Sewing Club so you guys can see how I do it. Maybe you have a way that's better, but bias binding is so simple to do. And I found the cords to my bias binding cutter, and I think it's called the bias binding cutter. And then what's the other one? The bias binding, it like makes bias binding, like rolls of it. Remember I found that when I first moved into the office and I couldn't find the cords. I found the cords. So I've been unpacking just slightly. There's Amy in her cute dress. That's her Delilah turned into a dress. Very cute. Okay, hold on. Let me find, there was another Linda tunic I wanted to show here. Oh, in case you missed this, I want to make sure you can see this. Hopefully I can get back to my page. All Brands is sponsoring the giveaway for the entire month, okay? So give them a shout out. They are giving away a Brother sewing machine, which is awesome. So there's a form that you fill out. I've left links everywhere. If you can't find it, I'll leave another link under this live content underneath this live show here. So you can enter to win. Some people said they were having a little bit of a hard time signing up online. So I don't know if you have to use a Chrome browser or a different browser, but just keep that in mind. If you're having problems, let me know. I can enter it for you. I'll type your name in, but it's a whole month long. All Brands is giving away a sewing machine, and then they are also going to be giving away certain things each day that I'm with them at Houston Quilt Fest. So pretty cool. So if you think of it, stop by and say hi. Glenda, did you find your felting foot? I did. I found it just last week, right before I left. So that means I will have to get going on my jacket that I want to do with the needle felting on the Dupioni. Yes. Karina, I will gladly pay shipping for the sewing machines. Oh, by the way, I'm so glad you mentioned this because yes, I put a note that some of you guys say, well, I don't, not you, but I've had other people say that international can't get into the contest. You can always get into the contest. It's just however much the shipping is. So if you win, we can see how heavy it is and how much the shipping is. And if you're willing to pay that, you are totally happy to win. So just so you know. And if it comes from my office, you might get a few more gifts in there. But if it comes, this machine is being shipped directly from All Brands as a gift for whoever wins. So I'm saying thank you for that, or thank you for that, whichever way you want to talk about it. And it's very cool. I have some really great giveaways for you guys the entire rest of the year. So I'm just solidifying the dates, and I think you're going to be pretty excited. It gives us a little more fun during our live show. All right, so we have a few more Delilahs popping up here, and I just want to focus on the Linda. Let me just show you a couple more, and I'll call Susan about the Linda. Here, look at this fabric. Amy did this. Very cute. In case you were wondering, floral fabrics are in big time this year. Big time. Here's Jan. So Jan did another one of these tops, and I was trying to look for it, and I don't see it. I thought it was blue, but she did this really cool trim on here. Jan, you live in the same town as half my family, or same area, I should say. But I love this. And so in case you missed this, look at these sleeves. Super cute. Chop key blocks. There's another one. And there's a close-up. Very inspiring. It looks adorable. That had to take a lot of time. The one thing that I haven't asked you yet, Jan, was how long it took you. A long time. And here is Melody's. This one also made me think of a bathing suit cover-up, a sleeveless. Now the sleeveless directions, Susan wrote out an entire piece of directions, and it's in the group if you go under downloads. I actually added it to the Fashion Sewing Club for those that are not on Facebook, but she did a great job. I think I found a new pattern writer directions, right, Susan? Just what you need, a new job, another job. And here's Diane. Great color. I love how that sleeve lays on you too. All right, so let's call Susan. Actually, I was looking for Clovis, but I might have shown, I think I showed yours last week, Clovis. So there's my fish, in case you're wondering. I always leave a message when I left for a whole week to go fishing. It was fabulous. Like I said, you get up super early and fish all day, and then go to bed and get up and do it all over. And some of you laughed and said I needed a vacation after my vacation. I agree. All right, let's see. I know you're on here somewhere. All right, Susan, I'm going to call you. Every time you guys message me, I save your numbers. Pretty soon I'll have all your phone numbers. You'll be in trouble.
Hello, Angela.
Hi, Susan. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good. So I didn't mean to take so long. So I said, oh, gosh, I hope you're not leaving for lunch with Steve.
No, he's doing fine. We're leaving tomorrow for Aloha Land. So he is mowing the lawn.
You're going to Hawaii?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, that'll be fun. You should get some of that fabric. That's where Glenda got her fabric.
Well, actually, I am. There is a discount warehouse in Maui. So it's on the list. I've got the address and my GPS already.
That's fantastic. I'm sure Steve's going to love that too, right?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Actually, he said, he's the one that found it. He said, did you see this? I thought, oh, he's been trained well.
He has been trained well. All right. So I'm trying to bring your top up here, but I have to tell you, those directions that you added, I went through, you did such a great job. I mean, it was so easy to explain of how to make the sleeveless. And
oh, I'm glad.
A couple people had asked you questions and you were jumping in and answering. That was awesome. And that's the part I love about our group. So I wanted to bring you back on because you did the sleeveless and then there was I'm looking for your photos real quick. Hold on a second.
Okay.
While I'm looking them up, do you want a lot of these people that are on here right now? We're not on here when you were on here the first time. Do you have any tips for them specifically if they just start cutting? They've already cut their top out. Anything that you want to tell them to be cautious of or what to do? My only tip was to take your side seam in a little bit so you weren't, so it'd be a little tighter on the body. But anything else you want to run through with them?
You mean as far as making it sleeveless?
Yep.
They need to realize that it's a drop shoulder, and that makes a world of difference knowing that it's probably about an inch off where they would want a sleeveless top to end. So they need to kind of make sure where they want their shoulder, the top of the shoulder to be on their arm with a sleeveless shirt. And then take that amount off, shave that off the yoke cleanly. For me, it was about an inch. So I took that inch off. And then, of course, then you've got the bodice then that would stick out if you sewed it just like it called for on the pattern. So what I suggest that people do then is just add that to the gathering so that you don't have to reshape the arm side, which could be, there's another math equation for that and may not be so easy for a lot of people to figure out. It may be overwhelming, but they can just make that additional gathering. It isn't that much, and it will make it fit nice and smoothly in the armhole. On the back of the armhole where the yoke fits onto the bodice, they're going to need to take about like a 3/8 of an inch, maybe up to a 1/2 of an inch dart. But you want to only take that out from the bodice, not from the yoke, so that it doesn't slant the yoke. So the yoke has a nice straight line. So what I recommend that people do is measure down on the back bodice, measure down at the side by the armhole, 3/8 of an inch, and then go to the center of the back and then just make a slanted line from that 3/8 inch line all the way over, blending it to 0 at the center back edge of the top of the pattern. Or if they're confused by that, they could just take 3/8 of an inch off the entire top back bodice. Although I don't know, it's plenty long, that might work for some people. But if it's too confusing the other way, then they can do that. And then lastly, they need to take off about a 1/4 of an inch at the underarm in the side seam. Again, it's like taking a 1/4 of an inch or half inch total, but like a 1/4 of an inch dart all the way down the side seam from the underarm to cinch all that ease out where the sleeve fits. So.
Right. And the one more tip that I'm going to add for anyone who's larger busted, like a D maybe or more, don't be afraid in the front area to take a dart right through that front area, because if it's too loose right there and it gaps open to, I've had to do this on people that have ready to wear when I used to do alterations. I would put just a dart from the armhole to the bust. So that's one more thing for anyone who's like a D or above. That's one tip to help that fit a little closer through here. Unless you're wearing it as a bathing suit cover up and it doesn't matter. But if you're wearing it as a shirt, you don't want that to be gapping right here.
Right, you don't want it that, and that's really what all the adjustments are. Is you can just pin it out.
Pin it out.
Yeah, you can pin it out. I'm looking at you, and we're talking, and I need to turn away.
I'm just showing photos while you're talking. I'm scrolling through here looking for.
But yeah, it's basically, you can try it on and just pin out those areas where you think, okay, this is too gapy, and like you said, the dart's a perfect out, and that's basically what all these adjustments are. They're basically darts in the seam lines so that you get it to fit a little bit more closely into that armhole, like you would a sleeveless top, so you aren't showing things that you don't want to be showing.
Do you know what the sleeveless reminds me of is when I make my Chanel jackets, Chanel style jackets, I should say, a lot of times those are heavy and they're warm, but I like to wear a blouse or something under it. And years ago, I used to make the blouse, and I think I got this idea from the actual Chanel, but she would do a blouse similar to that. It would look like similar to the Linda tunic or have a collar. It would be tank. And then I would make a separate cuff that's all by itself. So it looks like you're wearing a blouse all day, but you're really not. And that is just something that when I used to always dress up a lot and make these beautiful clothes for customers, that was one thing I would do. Hey guys, if you're warm, let's make it a tank like what you're talking about. Make a fake cuff, and people think you're wearing a blouse all day. Now they really freak out when you take your jacket off, but it's just a touch of couture.
What a great idea.
Yeah, so I think that I'm going to do that with the Linda. I haven't figured out what sleeve I'm going to do yet, but because I'm going to wear that all winter with skinny jeans, and I have a ton of these black like legging jeans that I didn't get a chance to wear last year with boots, and that's going to be such a comfortable look.
It's such a perfect top. All the modifications and adaptations and hacks that people have done, they all look great. And this top looks great on everyone. And that's a testament not only to your great design ability, but the fact that you encourage us all so much to do our own thing and tell us how to modify the patterns to our needs. A lot of designers out there would be offended by us changing their design, and not you. You're like, go for it. Here's new ideas.
I'm like, go for it. I might come up with another idea from your inspiration.
Exactly.
Well, we're going to be having a whole nother slew of this with the jackets, but this has been so much fun. I'm still trying to I'm scrolling down because I think you posted yours quite a while ago. I'm still looking for your tank on here.
Now, I will say that I did all three different kinds of armhole finishing. I did the self-bias, and I didn't do such a great job on it, so I took it out and redid it with prepackaged bias tape, which worked out well. And then I also did facings, and I like all of them, except for the one that I started with the self-bias that was less than optimal workmanship.
Okay, so I found the one with the flower. I know it's a delay on here, so you won't see it right away. But this one is the one that looks like paint, but it's like you did purple self-bias on the inside.
Oh, yes.
This one's really cute. Was this a successful one? Because it sure looks like it.
Yeah. Yes, it was. I had purchased that fabric a couple of years ago and made a button-down shirt with it, and I just wasn't happy with that shirt. It was the wrong style for it. But this fabric needed to be a Linda. It was just crying to be a Linda. But yeah, that worked out really well.
Yeah, this is really cute. Okay, let me see if I think there was one here with the back. There, you guys can see the bias trim on there. It's funny you said that about the bias. Sometimes it's easy to put in, but if you don't pull it in certain places, or you stretch it at all when you sew it on, or if it's not, I've bought pre-made bias that was slightly off bias. Now that's very rare, and I'll tell you what, that was what my little nephew would call a hot mess. It was definitely.
I can only imagine.
It was not pretty. So here's a few more of others. Oh, I think Diane did a sleeveless on here too. The sleeveless caught on right away when you and Melody, I think, posted that first. And Everybody loved it.
Well, I think it's because it's summer too. I think if Belinda had come out in the fall, there may not be quite as many sleeveless versions. But in our neck of the woods, it's either long sleeve and cover up, long sleeve fleece, or it's sleeveless. We go from we have 5 minutes of spring and 5 minutes of fall, and the rest is winter or summer.
That is so true. Oh, Joanne just said that it would be a great soft flannel or brushed cotton for cool weather. Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, absolutely. And I have fabric in here. I wish I'd made it before our trip, but I love Angie's. That's great.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, I love that fabric too. She looks great in it too. I love the sunglasses. But I think I needed to make it would be great for a pajama top, a lounging top, or flannel in the winter with tights. Anything, walk around the lounge pants around the house,
That would be
of course,
cute.
Bathing suit cover up. We've all talked about that. There's just so many ideas that this Linda could be used for.
What about stretch velvet? That's the one that's on my list for the holidays.
I think it'd be lovely. I think it'd work out great.
You could actually make it a little more fitted, a little bit more fitted, because if it's stretch, it would lift over your head.
Yes. Oh, and it wouldn't have to be that stretchy because you've got the opening there. But lovely, lovely.
Yeah. And then this was, I don't know if you could see this one on there, Darlene's. Did you see Darlene's? It was that, I think you might have seen that fabric when you were here. I've got, that one's all gone, but I have it in a bronze now, and it's silk sheer see-through. That was her third. And she said the fabric was a challenge, but it looked awesome.
Yeah. It turned out beautiful, just beautiful. And she could wear all sorts of different colors of camisoles underneath and just bring out other colors in it.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I could see embroidery coming down here. We've got a whole list of stuff. All right, so I have to ask you then, not to put you on the spot, what's your next one going to be? What fabric do you think?
Well, I have some that's kind of a double gauze that I needed to make a pajama top or something out of, but I'm not sure it's going to be pajamas after all. But it's going to be another sleeveless one, but it's out of double gauze.
At least if it's pajamas out of that, you can take a photo, and if the reflection comes back on you, you can still share it, right?
It wouldn't be X-rated then, would it?
It sure wouldn't. Well, Susan, say hi to Steve. Tell him don't bring his salt gun with him on the airplane. They might not realize it's a toy gun for flies.
Yeah, you're right. He won't, but he's been having so much fun with it, and thank you for that.
Well, we have two now, and so if anybody goes fishing on our boat, the flies, actually, they used to be a pain. Now we have more fun about that.
I know. And Steve said, and they work with ants too.
Oh, yes, and they also work with gnats, like those little gnats that come out. Well, on the fishing boat, if it's really humid, you'll get a few gnats out on the open water. It works for those too.
If nothing else, it sure feels like there's some comeuppance against those nasty little things, isn't there?
Yeah. That's what I say. Hey, and so everybody has said hi to you. It looks like Melody's back, and we wish you safe travels. I hope you're going to be sending photos.
I'll certainly try, and I'll try to hang in next Wednesday and whenever everybody's available. Not sure where we're going to be or what we're going to be doing, but I'll be thinking of you all, even if I'm not with you all.
Sounds good. Well, we'll be missing you. Have safe travels, and we'll talk to you when you get back. Say hi to Steve.
All right, thanks, and hello to Win.
Okay.
Bye, you guys.
Bye. Okay, so I just saw on here Joanne mention Shannon Fabrics. Joanne, I love it when you're on here. You're like my right and left brain. I was trying to think, what is the company that I just made that gauze fabric? Shannon Fabrics. They're a sponsor for It's So Easy TV, which is awesome. So yes, they have a gauze fabric that I've been using, and it's super. It's lightweight, but good quality. I've washed it a couple times. You might have caught the episode of It's So Easy where I did embroidery on the front. I made a tank. So that is. Marcy says, where do I get these guns? Oh, I will find them. I'll leave a post. So Ace Hardware has them. I don't know. I think maybe, I don't know how much they are, but you put salt in them and you shoot the flies. I mean, it's hilarious, but it works. And so everybody that's been on our boat this summer has gone out to buy more. And Wynn shot one of us in the leg because we had a fly, and it doesn't leave a scar, but it does sting. Who would ever know that, right? Bill wants to know, how many men sew? That's a good question, Bill, out of curiosity. I actually know a lot of guys that sew, a lot. I probably could name 15 to 20 just off the top of my head. That's just people that I know that I've seen and talked to in the last couple weeks. So curious. All right, so guys, we've wrapped up our hour. Your photos have been fantastic. If you missed it, I know some of you just listened to the show while I was talking to Susan. I actually was showing many of your garments on here, showing them off. Judy Romano had the beautiful embroidery. We've been showing some of these as they've been coming along each week. So I'm going to be doing another sew along for the Linda tunic. It's going to be out of different fabrics. It'll be in the Fashion Sewing Club, but I will announce it so you all know. You know you can get a free trial in there. It's very fun. Just think of it as a cup of coffee in the airport. That's what it costs per month. And we do our members only live Q&A. It's on a different platform than Facebook, and we would love to have you there. So summer's almost over. It's time for sewing. It's always time for sewing. So you guys have a great day. Don't forget the contest is for the sewing machine sponsored by All Brands. Try to think if there's anything else that I need to remind you about. Not much. I will try to put out a newsletter on Monday to everyone and update you with links for the contest and some other things that are going on. So in the meantime, have a great week. And being very careful not to cut my hair with my thread cutters, but I love them. Did you know I wore this also because did you see thread cutters? Vance was on Shark Tank again. They replayed his episode, which is awesome. So good job. All right, you guys have a great day. If you need anything, you can message me and I will see you next week. Same time, same place. God willing. All right. See ya.